What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes, I was fixing stuff on the set. I don't know if I dropped anything. Everything's good. Welcome to another episode of The Unusual Suspects. Yeah, guys, we have a freaking great... I haven't even posted on my Instagram. I got to post on Instagram. We got a good show. Let me go around. Kelley, actually, go ahead. Introduce everybody. Go ahead,
Hi,
Kelley.
everybody. Humberto ditched me today because
Humberto.
he's a very good, hard, supreme overlord distribution worker. So I'm filling in for him today. But on today's panel, we have our usual unusual suspect,
Yes.
Brandon Aceto.
What's up?
And we are so very lucky to welcome back Chris Mano.
Yeah.
Hi.
Nice to be here again. Good to
And
see you all.
our very newest unusual suspect, he's usually behind the scenes, either switching or helping with the cameras, or he's even worked the computer on several of our shows for multiple channels. But we have Malik Hudson on the mic today.
Malik is in the casa. I don't even know the order of any of the stories, but you'll help me.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, guys, listen, we've been
starting.
We've been shooting a bunch of stuff today. We shot a random sketch. If you haven't, don't go there now. But when you're done, VT Comedy, VT Instagram, VT X, we did a sketch of making fun of congressmen going up and yelling about all the DOGE, because you know what? They're all losing money. They're all gonna freaking lose money. But I'm just gonna go around. So Kelley, I'll tell you guys what I'm gonna be starting with. Chris is gonna be talking about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we can talk about the Super Bowl, but we're going to unusual it up a little bit. So I understand who I'm playing to today. So, yeah.
Okay.
Little conspiracy theory, little Taylor Swift, little bit of everything.
Nice. Taylor, listen, they don't lose with Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Malik's going to be talking about Popeyes and what else?
Oh, yeah. Popeyes and Don Julio has done the collaboration for the Super Bowl, actually.
Wait, they're meaning like selling chicken and tequila at the same time?
Yes.
I've never even heard that before. Brandon's going to be talking about
You know what I'm talking about.
DOGE
Yeah.
and just how we're in the golden age of America and it just feels freaking fantastic. And then Kelley, what are you talking about?
I am talking about yet another plane incident. This marks the third major plane incident in U.S. aviation history this week.
Third in 1 week.
Three in 1 week, yeah.
I'm not flying anywhere anytime soon. But okay, let's go. Let's just get right into it. I mean, Elon Musk is like, okay, we talked about this before we came in, and I want to know what the chat. Could somebody message Humberto and them? I hope that they're in the chat right now. And
I'm in the chat.
Okay, well, I want to tell Humberto to be
Yeah.
monitored because I want to know. Because I'm
Gotcha.
going to be asking questions. Does it feel fantastic right now? Like, does it feel like it's too good to be true right now with everything that's happening? Like, the spending, Kelley, the vibe, America, executive orders, freaking, like, think about this. Think about where we were. That the president of the United States had to sign a bill and hold a signature saying that men can't compete with women.
Yeah.
He had all those little girls, and it was so freaking adorable. Like, it's like, you need the president of the United States to say, hey, guys, keep your penises and your balls away from the girls in sports. Like,
Even it was all mirage too. Like our money was being used to pump up this stuff into our heads, like brainwash us, silence us, censor us. Like our money was being used to shut us down. Nobody wanted it.
Nobody asked for it, but this is the problem with just blindly giving your shit and nobody's asking questions. And that's why this was an epiphany to me on Saturday. I think I might have messaged you or I talked to you and I was like, I get why they wanted to, but this is the reason they were trying to destroy, still trying to destroy, and they shot him in the head, and they tried to get this guy. Bro, when you F with people's money like this, the last person that did this got shot in his freaking head because he was like, I don't want no war, which is messing with their wallets. And this, bro, no wonder why he's such a threat. Kelley,
Yeah.
this is the reason.
It feels like I'm back in elementary school on the playground and the teacher's not watching and the bullies were taking over the playground and now the teacher's back.
That's a great thing.
Putting in all the rules are back. All the rules apply now and I'm super excited.
Isn't it fantastic? Like, I feel like now we could kind of like, you feel me, Malik? Like,
It feels
put the
more
guard down and be
responsible.
like, yo, somebody is behind the wheel, bro. And it's so insane. And the one thing that bothers me, and I'm going to get into the story, but it's like I felt like we were screaming at the top of our lungs in a mute room and like, you know, the horror movies, and nobody could hear us because the other side was acting like, come on, Joe Biden, come on. Like, I was suffocating because it's like they know this whole, they knew, they kind of knew. No, everybody knows he wasn't in charge. He was absolutely not in charge. And the people around him, those are the people right now that are furious. Yeah. Right now, Joe Biden, guys, you think he knows anything, Malik?
Where is Joe Biden
Where
right
is he?
now?
When's the last time you saw him?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
And what a difference too, just from Karine Jean-Pierre to Carolyn Levitt. Oh my, is that her name? Caroline.
Yeah.
Caroline
I
Levitt.
don't know.
Like,
I love her.
She is a
confident.
freaking G. Oh my God. Guys, I wake up happier every single morning. And okay, so anyway, Elon, they can't stand him at all. He's turning Washington into his freaking playground. And I love people like, a reporter today tried to be like, hey, Trump, did you see the Times magazine where Elon's in your desk? And Trump goes, oh, Time magazine, I thought they went out of business. Gangster, mic drop. But guess what Elon did? So I think he hired, this guy got fired, but I think he's coming back. He hired a 19-year-old internet sensation named Big Balls.
Yeah.
All right, to help cut government waste. And yes, his name is Big Balls online. Now, for the media, especially CNN, they lost their minds, and I just love watching them try to be serious, bro. But they have to call this guy Big Balls. This is a clip from CNN saying his name, and then I'll tell you guys who he is after this. Nat, please play this clip.
So this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls online. So that would be one way that we could refer to him. He is now working at Musk's behest inside DOGE. And we looked into his background. And so we found, several notable things, Aaron, one of which is that this individual has founded multiple companies, including one with another unfortunate name, Tesla.Sexy LLC. Which he established in 2021. He would have been around 16 years old. 16. Now, this LLC controls dozens of web domains.
So, Kara, you hear this, and you have known Elon Musk for years.
Ready?
So now you look at these young men who are now in data and in the private information about maybe hundreds of millions of American citizens as young as 19, the big balls here that Katie's talking about. Most of them are in their early 20s. There's an exception I'm going to get to in a minute. I'm curious, though, Kara, how well does even Musk know these young men, do you think?
I have no idea. I think there's no vetting whatsoever, as you can see, that's taking place. It took Katie and the really great team. Wired has done an astonishing job here. I could make a joke that's probably why he was hired for all this ridiculous nonsense and other nefarious things. But, there's an expression in technology that's it's a feature, not a bug.
The fact that they have to say big balls, I think this is one of the reasons that Elon is a freaking G, bro. He's hiring these guys. By the way, 19 years old, and I want to hear what you have to say. Look at this guy. That's him. That looks like a maniac, bro. I love it. His name is Edward Korenstein, 19 years old, engineer hired by Trump.
Yeah, who is in the background?
Who is that in the background? He's helped to streamline government operations under the Department of DOGE. He worked at Neuralink and now evaluates federal employee productivity code. Like, guys, these young minds, he's going in there and probably going, dude, what? 28 million for this? 100 million like for this? It's nuts.
So it's that, and it's something as well as anybody with your line of work. It's just, how nice is it that, like, we always know that comedy is like a nice pillar as to where we are in society. And for the last, half a decade, they haven't let people be funny, right? It's so funny having these guys in now, and they understand the importance of us laughing. And like, to a guy like Elon and a guy like Trump, this is not weird. They understand that this needs to happen. And when this starts to come back and this starts to be acceptable again, it's a symbol that we're going to start to come back, right? I always say, like, can you imagine a guy like Elon Musk worth, 250 billion, and Donald Trump worth billions and billions? Are they not the most normal billionaires? Like, as crazy status-wise as they are, like, they're two guys that I feel like I could sit in this circle with and just laugh.
Oh, dude.
It would probably be hilarious.
Great point. Before we came in here, I saw that Elon posted on X. He goes, I've never had a closer relationship with any man ever in my life. And like all
he
heterosexual.
said, I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's like, that's just friend stuff. And bro, it's just
that's a bromance right there.
Oh, big time. But it's like, dude, Trump is in cruise control right now. Like, Malik, how do you feel? Like, about the whole situation, the young, the movement, the feeling. He's hiring 19-year-olds. You're young.
I feel like this guy, like, with all his accomplishments at his young age, like, that's a great fitting name for him. Like,
right?
Like, it makes sense. He's 19 years old. If I was 19 years old and I was in that situation, I would definitely be one of these.
Oh, my name would be like Saggy Skins 45. I don't even know.
And how funny is it that it just completely backfired? Like they thought they were going to make Elon look stupid with this, and it's gone viral. And we were like, "Look at you, moron! You have to deal with this right now." Yeah.
Well, like the megaphone though, over the last 4 years or like 8 years, it's went like this in terms of like the loudness of the voice, because they're used to being able to set the narrative. Because like I mean, it makes sense now. Like it's coming out that all these organizations were getting money from these NGOs, like not just Politico, but allegedly New York Times, AP News, BBC, like they were all having money pumped into them. So the government was literally giving them money to have talking points. So like they're used to being able to set the narrative, but now like X has a bigger megaphone than they do, and they don't know how to process that. But the thing is broken though. Like their system that they had intact is broken. And think about the effort that it takes to prop up this fake narrative, this mirage, and then suppress the actual will of the people. But like think about how close we were to like it all being gone, like it all being lost. Like things were screwed to like the highest possible extent. Like people are getting mad at Musk about little minute things now, but like shut up, guys. Like, he saved the world.
Yeah, the Nazi thing. Remember the Nazi salute?
Yeah,
that lasted for 3 days, and it's gone because it's bullshit. What are we gonna say, Kels?
Have you seen the movie Dave?
Of course.
This reminds me of that scene where he brings in his professor friend or the guy that helps
his
him
buddy,
get the job,
his friend,
and they'd spend the whole day and they fix
balance
all the government
budget.
spending, and they balance the budget to get the funding that they needed for the
Kevin
kids.
Kline was the actor.
Yeah, and that woman I love. I'm living that movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
Guys,
Go watch
I'm
the
not
movie
even
Dave,
joking.
But
Watch the movie Dave.
It's real life right now.
It is freaking because the real president has a heart attack hooking up with a girl, and he's in a coma. So they had to find the lookalike, and he's the lookalike. He's the lookalike that does the president in like plays and stuff like that. It's a very, very good movie. I highly recommend it. But dude, you know what's funny? Like in regard to big balls, because I'll say it. Can you imagine being like an executive at one of those NGO paid, fully paid USAID jobs, and you get a notification in the email from Big Balls informing you that upon further review, you've been made redundant and you're now being deleted from the government payroll. And you have to show your family, you're like home crying, and your mom's like, "What's wrong?" You're like, "Big Balls just cut me off." I absolutely love it, bro. It's just, I think
it's
the
magical.
decision of like, okay, I get it. The guy, and Brandon, we have to be very, very careful because the guy is the richest guy in the world. Thank God he's on our side. Okay. At the end of the day, though, Brandon, this thing could shift if we're playing devil's advocate. And I know some of you guys are gonna, you'll feel me. You trust me. It could go if there's a fight. Even though right now Trump is like, "Yo, back the F up." Yeah. Oh, he was in my chair. Yeah. But what if Elon? Because guys, we're a couple weeks in, less than a month, right?
Yeah.
Brandon, who knows where this could go? Because it almost seems too good to be true. Do you understand? You feel where that's?
I see what you mean, but like the thing is that like the system that's being broken apart right now has been meticulously built over the last 70 years to like build the perfect like mechanism to like fake narratives and like fake what the will of the people actually is with all their like fake polls and their fake fact checking and stuff like that, and like the way that they shuffle money around, and like this is their power source. Like they say in the Art of War to like take out the power center, take out the nucleus. Like this like money laundering operation is really the nucleus of what the deep states like thrives on.
Go ahead.
We're trillions of dollars in debt as the leading country of the free world.
36.
36 trillion dollars in debt.
I thought 37. But
we're the leader of the free world. So I couldn't be happier that they're starting to take it seriously.
Nobody's ever known why. Like everybody always says, like, how is it that
because we're spending money on paper cups.
Yeah, $1,375 for plastic. The cups for Starbucks and $230,000 for the K cups, bro. And Brandon's gonna get into it on the Doge part. Jim, I lost my thought. What were you gonna say?
I don't know if you guys have ever watched Financial Audit, but I would love for him, Caleb, to take the government spending and also look at it. Just like I basically think that's what Elon and Doge is doing now, but I feel like that's what we're doing. We're spending it on taquitos.
Yeah, can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Trump leaves. God forbid a Republican doesn't win, a conservative, and a Democrat wins. Can they undo all this?
I think it'd be difficult to now because like now that people are seeing where the money was going, I think it'd be much harder to like.
But if you're in charge though, Kel, and you're just behind closed doors, you're like, oh, the funding starts again.
I'm not worried about it because even if it's behind closed doors, that will show. So we're cutting spending now. Our spending and our debt will go up again if somebody starts to hide away this and that taquitos. So
go ahead.
No, yeah.
No, political capital is a big thing too, because like keep in mind, like the way that Trump won, the things that happened to him, the adversity he went through, like you have a lot more room to go with. Like the reason he's able to be so bold right now is because like he has like the genuine backing of a good 70% of the population.
Jeez,
that's not an ordinary position to be in. Like he couldn't have done this in 2020.
Oh, absolutely
not.
not.
A new person can't come in and act this boldly and say like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm undoing that. Like this is a rare situation for a president to be in. So I think it'd be tough for that to happen. But also we need to like filter out the swamp creatures in Congress to fortify this.
I think that's gonna be the hardest because those like Chuck Grassley and Chuck all those people just need to go. Just go. That needs to be the next move. But all right, next, Brandon, keep it going.
Yeah.
DOGE, tip of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg. So this thing that's going on with the USDA, it's the biggest thing going on this past week. We're finding out they're giving money to Politico, potentially the New York Times, potentially BBC. So it's entirely possible that like every mainstream media outlet's been getting money from NGOs that comes from the government. So, you're supposed to declare that. That's illegal for you to give government money to a news organization without saying that it's legal. Right? So like NPR, we know they get money from the government. That's an open thing. But for them to do it like behind our backs with our money to shape narratives, that's an entirely different thing. So we're just starting to get like, a little bit of that figured out. But this is like, see right here, this is like the percentage of the budget that is from USDA. So it's like 0.4% of the entire government budget that went to USDA, which was like $70 billion.
$70 billion?
Yeah, and that's 0.4% of the government budget. So like our entire budget's $7 trillion. So again,
that's
like
a lot, but still, that's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, you could do a lot with $70 billion. You could overthrow a country for like probably a couple million.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
We want to do Guatemala and shit.
Yeah, but so
it's so funny.
Point being though, like this is just like round one. So hit the next one. This is what they found in round one.
Go to the next clip.
Yeah, next slide, please. This is what they found just like by grazing.
I love this guy. Sorry.
Yeah, so this is a legit guy that works for them. Elon Musk posted this. So this is what they found day one, like entry level shit that they found. Run it.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, welcome to the Department of Government Efficiency. We were looking over last year's budget and we found some anomalies that we wanted to address. Okay, if you're talking about the military budget, if you want a safe country, that's how much we... Oh, we didn't even start looking at that yet. Get ready for that. No, we were looking at this list here. We wanted to start with the National Pillow Fluffing Initiative. I mean, don't you want your pillow to be fluffy? Not when you're spending over $1 million of taxpayer money. We're cutting that. Also, the Bureau of Elevator Music Standards. Explain yourself. Forgive me for trying to set the vibe, bro. $800,000 a year. The National Velcro Noise Study. What's the problem here? You don't have to spend $1 million a year to know that Velcro noise is annoying. Now, the Program of Ice Cube Uniformity and the American Cloud Watching Fund.
Okay, that's a problem, but I'm kind of OCD and I like it when my ice cubes are all the same size and shape,
Yeah, we all do, but that doesn't mean you spend $1 million. Now, the Federal Kazoo Orchestra Grant.
Kazoo Orchestra.
It's amazing what they could do with those things, honestly.
The Federal Bureau of Traffic Cone Counting.
256,343. You're welcome. Now that's what I call $800,000 well spent.
Bro, like honestly, I thought.
Like,
can I be honest with you guys? When I first saw that, I thought it was. I
joke.
kind of went by because I'm like, he's joking.
Yeah,
Pillow fluffing, and
real programs that we're spending up to $1 million on, and they add up.
Of course, and I get back. We just had the podcast with Chris Cuomo. He's like, yeah, but the percentage. I go, no. $800,000. I don't give a shit. I don't want it going, and that's by the way, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
is the attitude of people going, oh, come on. It's only a 1%.
We're numb to it.
I don't care.
It adds up.
Yeah. Well, think about it. The average person makes $2 million in their entire working life.
Yeah.
So, to throw $2 million at some bullshit cloud watching thing, like, which is obviously a money laundering, like the fact that they're not even, like, how easy would it be to give it an official sounding name to, like, oh, okay, that's like the Bureau of, like, Terrorist Watch or whatever. But, like, to call it the cloud watching organization or to call it, like, the elevator music uniformity, like, that's just, like, throwing in your face, like, yeah, fuck you. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
We possess your tax money. We're going to do what we want with
it. Yeah, that's what they do.
And, like, obviously, it's a kickback money laundering.
Of course it is.
And it's the same people complaining about this. Like, why are you scrutinizing such a small number that we're kicking and screaming when Elon Musk spent $40 million to buy Twitter rather than
billion.
rather than like solving world hunger? You know what I mean? The same people, 40 billion now is nothing, but 40 billion then could have solved the world's problems because it's Elon Musk, right?
Right. How much
Amazing.
they complain about climate change or, like giving to the poor or like giving to the homeless or whatever, like they could have fixed every problem they complain about like a million times over with this amount of money.
Of course. Our border. What else?
The money is not the problem. How you're spending it, how you're using it is the problem. Our government is spending our money irresponsibly on shit like taquitos. And it's really frustrating.
And they're stealing from the future too. Like they're not just taking and wasting our money. They're like pulling money from the future, from our unborn kids and putting them in debt. Like the average person, if you were to break up the debt, we're in debt $90,000 when they're born.
That's insane.
Like it's not our choice. It's those guys that are corrupt.
And I really think there is something to what you said, is so many people who don't care to educate themselves that hear something like pillow fluffing and they can sit around and laugh about it when in actuality it's just so absurd.
It's absurd.
If you heard something serious but stupid, you'd say, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
But when you hear pillow fluffing, people will laugh it away and just be like, it's nothing. Don't even worry about it,
and Brent, because I know you want to take that, like we in the sketch we joked around, $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala. Like, time out. What are we talking about? Like,
you know what that is?
What?
Like that's like they're trying to do to other countries what they're doing to us, because like that's how you break up a country. Because like most countries in the world are like, what the hell is that? We're not trying to do this weird trans shit. We're trying to infect them with that mind virus the same way they're doing to us. So like, that's not something that people organically want. They're trying to push it on them.
Yeah.
So what do you think that says? This is the chart showing NGOs in existence by year. So that USAID thing, that's an NGO, non-government organization. Basically, like how in wars, like they'll have like half army, half contractors, so they could do the shit that the army's not allowed to do.
Of course,
right? Like the real dirty stuff.
Yeah, the dirty stuff.
So this is like go back. So please. NGOs are like the same thing, but from like a government standpoint. Like they do the stuff that the government can't legally get away with doing. So
smart. It's like a mercenary. What's on the bottom? What year?
The bottom's 1948, right after.
And what's that number?
40.
40. And then where are we at today?
It only goes up to 2010. This chart, it's up to 3,800 by 2010.
NGOs.
Yeah, by 2010. Then the next one, they stopped counting on this one because
they
how bad it got.
Yeah, go to the next
one. It goes
one
parabolic in 2010.
Holy moly! Oh, there it is.
Yeah, gets up to what is that? 5,200 just about.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that is bananas.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but if USAID is 70 billion, then this is probably close to $1 trillion.
So the United States Congress started USAID.
They appropriated to it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was started with good intentions. JFK started it actually.
Yeah.
And the whole purpose of it was to do like a Peace Corps thing where you're like sending supplies to other countries and doing some
which is cool. And by the way, and Jake made a great point too. There is a lot of good stuff in there, but with everything, bro, corruption is running rampant, and it's not dollar, it's not cents. This is freaking livelihoods, bro. This is people's lives, and you're brainwashing people. It's almost like remember the Matrix that he's feeding when he found out they were all feeding like melting humans and then feeding them back into themselves.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're destroying ourselves.
Yeah. And did you see the picture that came up on X of like the freaking terrorist with the rocket launcher in the tent that the USAID starts
USAID in the back, and he has an RPG, and he's like, America die. And USAID crates behind him.
So we're just giving money to terrorist groups.
Yeah.
And this is the amount of money that has been given to USAID, but like over the years, so it went parabolic in the last 2 years.
What's 30 billion?
Yeah. Yes, 30 billion.
Okay, great.
And now got up to like 50
billion
or
in 2021.
But this is just the tip of the iceberg. So like I said, it's less than 1%. But what I'm really excited about is that DOGE is finally cracking open the books on Medicare and Medicaid. And the reason that this is a big deal is like, so off the top of your head, what would you guys guess is the biggest expense of the government?
The biggest expense?
Yeah.
What would you think, Malik?
Right now, I would say military.
Ooh,
yeah.
Good freaking.
I was thinking military too.
Yeah, most people would think that.
Is it Medicare?
Healthcare?
Yeah, healthcare is almost double.
Oh, wow.
Than military spending?
Yeah.
Damn.
So check this out. So this is the major budget of the government. So healthcare is 24%, defense is 13%.
Jeez.
So 1.7 trillion goes to Medicare and Medicaid every year. And like the way the system's built, like I just like literally typed in last night, like Medicaid fraud, Medicare fraud. There's like a countless list of people who've made up to $1 billion just from doing fake surgeries or like putting in fake surgery claims. Like there's dudes who just have like a little hole in the wall office set up where they'll like file fake like knee surgeries or fake like X-rays and
insurance
stuff.
pays the
Yeah, and they like because it's like goes through the state, goes through private insurers, and they just like it's such a big system that it's hard to track all that stuff.
Oh, great!
And especially in South Florida. So like when they crack open the books on this stuff, like I can't imagine how much fraud they're going to find. Like 1.7 trillion a year.
Doctors, insurance companies, everybody's going bye-bye. Wow. Dude, I'm telling you right now, this is where it gets freaking... I always say, when you hurt the money of military, is dangerous, 'cause that's JFK.
Yeah.
Shot in the head by you-know-who. And then, dude, these big pharma people don't F around, bro. And I've said this before, the movie Michael Caine, if you haven't seen it with George Clooney, they have hitmen, bro. These people have people that will end your freaking life, and they don't even communicate with them. They just make one phone call, boom, go do it.
So, yeah, I literally think we could get to a place where we shave off like 80% of the tax that's needed from us because, you know, it costs $7 trillion a year to run the government right now. Like, we could probably shave that down to like 4.5 and 4 trillion.
It's insane.
You know, like just 3 trillion of waste. Things that are totally unnecessary.
So, Brandon, is that the number that they're thinking that this whole thing, once it's going, is going to save us?
Yeah, like he said, he could save about half of it, like 30 to 50%.
Crap, bro.
Think about this though: the military, for example, like it's an open fact that the military-industrial complex price gouges everything that we buy. So, like they'll charge us $4,000 for a soap dispenser. They'll charge us like $1,000 for a hammer, and then even on the big stuff, they'll charge us like 4 times the amount of like a F-35 jet or whatever. You know, like so, it's like there's nothing we can do about it because there's only a few people that can build it, and the Congress just like yells and complains about it. But they probably get kickbacks from it.
Of course they do. Right?
So
of course
you know,
they do.
But like we're just getting bent over as taxpayers. Like taxes are probably unnecessary if we were to like tariff things properly and not get ripped off with healthcare and defense. Then what's the point? What's the need for taxes?
Yeah, and this is perfect though because and Brandon, they pulled the freaking carpet from underneath. They are scrambling so bad right now, and they have no idea what the hell they do. I saw Maxine Waters and them right now try to go to the Department of Education, and they're like, "No, you can't come in here." And they just right before we started here, they were ripping down the USAID building letters. Oh, that feels so good.
They look like they're about to cry. Like they're calling. He's like, "We need millions of people to come to the Capitol and protest."
It's too cold. Nobody's coming, Brent. Nobody's coming.
And like the people are probably paying to protest behind them.
Of course they are. Oh, you know they're getting paid.
But yeah, so that's the rundown. So stay tuned when we crack open the books on the Medicaid, Medicare, and military stuff. It's really gonna get crazy.
So, Brandon, is this gonna like taxes wise? Like what? How is this besides the spending and the debt? Because bro, when we think about the debt, it's a joke. You just see the debt tracker. It's just, bro, it's bananas. Like you're like, oh my, like, okay, they have like a bunch of other countries, what the dollar's doing and stuff like that. How is this? Where is that money going to go that they're saving? That's the real question.
Towards our debt, we got to get to. We're not even anywhere close to zero.
And then, I mean, who do we owe the most of that money to? Is it China?
No.
Who?
you want to go there?
Oh, I mean, they want to know.
Well, so I mean, I'm making the case. I'm making an episode right now about like how it was actually the Rothschilds that started the first 2 central banks, like Andrew Jackson and who else was it? Somebody else got rid of those ones, and then the Rothschilds got like front men to start the Federal Reserve. They did a fake market crash in 1907. They're like, see, like now we need a Federal Reserve. So J.P. Morgan, convinces Congress to do that, and then since the Federal Reserve, like all bad things have happened. Because like you think it's a coincidence that right after the year after the Fed started, World War I happened. Because you can't afford to pay for a war if you aren't allowed to create money.
No, you have to start. Yeah, you have to.
Who do we owe the most money to? Do you know?
The Rothschilds?
I don't think it's like crazy to say that like it's private people that own a lot of
like actual people and their families have just been descendants.
Because there's layers of deception. Like the Federal Reserve's a private institution. We like they own a lot of our debt. So I think whoever's behind them owns a lot of our debt. So we could maybe tell them to fuck off.
I hope so. I hope we'd be able to.
But yeah, so like.
The last person to tell the government to fuck off,
JFK,
didn't end up so high.
And his brother died shortly after.
Yeah, but like 100% of our revenue right now comes from taxes. That's not necessary. We could at least like bring that up to like 30% from tariffs and bring down like the tax burden on us.
Oh.
But we're just not running the country like a business. We're not running the country like a business. Like we're running it like it's just a slush fund where they're like trying to bankrupt us.
Yeah, everybody will just have their hands in the cookie jar, but now it's over, bro. And I just can't. I'm telling you right now. It feels great, and it just feels like I said, somebody sane is behind the wheel. It's not just some old. I wish I know it was a group, Brandon, but I want to know who was the main person that was who was the number one behind Biden that was like, this is what's happening. No, yes, because if it wasn't him, It's not a group. It wasn't a board. I think there was one.
I think Sullivan and Blinken probably because the stuff he was doing was
Oh,
stuff.
Blinken was one of the main. I think it was. If I had to guess, it was Blinken.
Because you could learn a lot from like what they were pushing. Because they all worked for Hillary. They worked for Biden when he was under Obama. They were pushing for the same things. Like they got their little wish list out of the way at the end with like the Syria overthrow. You know, they were advocating to overthrow Assad for the last 20 years. They were advocating to overthrow Putin for the last 20 years.
Oh, they were dying. Oh, Syria with Benghazi and all that shit with Hillary, bro. That was her whole freaking existence with Obama, because that was supposed to be his baby, and it all went to shit.
Yeah, and it's even worse now, like where you got an ISIS leader running the country instead of a dictator.
Imagine, pick your poison. All right, great freaking story, Brandon.
Thanks.
All right, Chris, Super Bowl Sunday. I want to know how many people, is it the number, like what, I want to know everything I need to know, because I'm going to be honest with you, I lost that loving feeling for football. I mean, being a Giants fan, I've won, don't ever laugh. I'm a
Giants girl too.
Oh, that's right. Give me some. What the hell was I talking about?
Pats.
We've won 4 Super Bowls. Okay, Brandon, I know that. We've won 4 Super Bowls. I've got to witness all 4. And if it wasn't for the Giants, Tom Brady would have 9 rings.
And a perfect season.
Go
And the perfect
Giants.
season. So you're welcome if you don't like Tom Brady. But go ahead, Chris. Let us know.
No, I love Tom Brady.
All right, so like I made mention of earlier, I understand where I'm at right now, and I know it's not we're not doing a ton of sports here, but this Super Bowl in particular is probably more conspiracy laden than most if we talk about it.
And not just because not just because I'm involved.
Well, you add to the mix for
Okay,
sure.
good.
But no, if you think about it, so obviously everybody's aware, and I think it almost supersedes the NFL right now. Everyone's tired of hearing about the Chiefs, who I have a personal affinity for.
Well, you played for them.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
The only reason I tolerate the Chiefs is because of you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Chris looks really good in a Chiefs uniform. I'm just gonna throw that out.
thank
No,
And I like
weird
your
stuff.
quarterback.
Yeah, so he's very likable. Unfortunately,
quarterback's
his
amazing.
wife for the last couple of years has gotten a bit of heat, and his brother. But it all ties in together. Okay, so we have the Chiefs and the Eagles playing for the second time in 3 years. All right, so if you're familiar with what's been going on with the Chiefs, they've been winning for the better part now of like 7 or 8 years. Their stars are Patrick Mahomes, who's making a run at Tom Brady for maybe the best football player of all time. Obviously, Travis Kelce, who was on everybody's good side before like a year ago, where let's just straight up say it, man. I'm sorry. Chiefs Nation. Your boy sold out.
Yes, he did.
Sold out.
Mr.
That's an understatement of what he did, but go ahead.
Right, that's the nicest way I could put it. And it sucks because he's like insanely good. And if you know what you're looking for, the guy is phenomenal on a football field. And now what half the group talk about is, all right, so let's talk about Taylor Swift, and what is the biggest thing the last couple of years is rigged games. So people want to say all the time that the Chiefs get every call. And it's gotten to the point now where even reporters on Media Row are asking 2 of the greatest football players of all time. Like, think about this. I do sports media.
Yeah.
It would have been my dream at 18 to get a chance at Super Bowl Row to talk to Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady and ask them a question.
And this is where, Chris? Where's the Super Bowl?
It's in New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay.
So
they're gonna have a
for
blast.
the week going into the Super Bowl every year, they do something called Media Row, and it's just a who's who of celebrities, athletes, and if you're a media reporter, you dream of being here.
Got you.
Well, this is what reporters have been lowered to when speaking to arguably the greatest player of all time.
God.
Can we hit this first question that Patrick Mahomes gets?
Patrick, for your whole career, you have had so many great people help you win. So who is your favorite ref?
All the refs are great.
All the refs
are great. They do the best they can.
Very professional.
Go out there and play the game the right way.
Is there one that you give a Christmas card to every year, possibly?
Oh, my God.
Not that I can remember.
I can't remember. Wait, you should have said no.
So
I mean, we all saw the Bills game.
we did. But
Good girl.
So
We
look,
all
so
saw
here's the
that.
thing. So if you understand the semantics of the rules, there really wasn't anything too egregious that happened. I could understand totally why people would be pissed.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to do this right here
Go.
because it's not a winnable battle
We're
on this
gonna
set.
fight.
But
I'm with you on that one. I agree.
What?
okay, thank you,
agree.
Malik.
Malik.
So I promise we'll dig deeper into it. But there's that, and then so Patrick, being the quarterback, he's so media savvy at this point.
Yeah.
He rolls with it, right? Nothing too crazy. He answers the
Very
question.
professional.
So Travis, you could almost tell, gets pissed.
Okay.
So
Really?
Travis gets a question, another one. Now look, when I tell you this, these guys are like Mount Rushmore type players, like
Yeah,
where
they're also talented.
They're so good. They're going to be breeze into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They're with a win on Sunday. They become the first team in history to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. Never happened before. So they passed the Brady Patriots as maybe the greatest dynasty in football history.
Bro, for football, 3-peat is
right.
It's
ridiculous.
unheard of.
Because teams turn over so quick, injuries make it very difficult.
Wow.
So you would imagine that when you get a chance to speak to guys at this level, it's like, talk to me about this play. Talk to me about what you guys are going to do if you win.
Yeah.
And cue the question to Travis.
Go ahead.
Travis, what
Same
do you
kid, by the
love
way.
more, Taylor Swift or phantom 15-yard roughing the passer penalties in the playoffs?
Oh, my.
Anybody else?
Anybody else? Wait, Phantom Pat.
So he asked this question because what people love to say is that when a play doesn't go the Chiefs' way, a referee is always quick to bail him out with a late flag.
Yes.
And it tends to be something like roughing the passer or pass interference. What the Chiefs fan in me says is understand that the greats in every sport have sort of like a special rule book for them. And it sucks to say, but Michael Jordan would talk his way into fouls.
Of course, Michael Jordan.
It's a luxury of being one of the best of all time. And so understand, too, when you have the greatest coach of all time and the greatest arguably the greatest quarterback and tight end, you tend to be disciplined and not take these silly penalties. So when the penalties completely look overwhelmingly in the Chiefs' favor, it starts to rub people the wrong way. But now I want to talk about the Taylor Swift thing. So obviously everybody's had Taylor Swift fatigue, right? Everyone's tired of Taylor Swift.
Been tired of her.
Okay, so what everybody wants to say now is because Taylor Swift is in with the Chiefs, the league is in bed with the Chiefs, they want to see Taylor Swift win, it's good for the league. Now, do I argue that having Taylor Swift in with a winner is good for the league? I will not.
Of course not.
I am not mad at it. I'm sorry. But I do want to make point that this is the latest chart on Taylor Swift on TV. So if we could zoom in on it close. This is something that people are actually like taking note of.
Yeah.
So the most airtime Taylor Swift has ever gotten was a January 2024 game where she got a total of 1 minute and 35 seconds. As of last week, she only got 35 seconds of TV time. So guys, be happy about that. We're moving in the right direction.
So that's good because you know what? People are there to watch football. Okay, she can walk in and say hi. Girl, I get it. I get the plan. Mr. Pfizer is Kelsey. She's the youth and the girls and bringing all the jersey sales. I get it.
And she did really, the ratings are up on a different stratosphere.
Ratings. I've seen more hot girls in LA wearing Kelsey shirts. They don't even know shit about football.
Do you want to know what pisses me off as a football player?
What?
I go to Dick's Sporting Goods in any city, and they'll have a Chiefs jersey, and I'll be like, oh, this is sick. They got the Chiefs. And I'll turn it around, and it'll say, like, Karma is my boyfriend on the Chiefs or something. And I want to burn the store down.
I would pay for it just to burn it so no child can ever wear it.
Thank you, sir. So what I want to touch on now is some of the potential conspiracies. There's ones with each franchise, and then there's an NFL one that I just want to hear you go off on.
Please, let's
we'll
go
there. So let's talk about we have Pat Riley on. So we're going to go Kansas City first. So Pat Riley, if you're familiar with sports, is a former executive and coach with the LA Lakers. And at that point, they won 3 championships in a row, at which point he coined the phrase three-peat.
Oh, it was him?
Yeah, so Pat Riley, oddly enough, gets paid when someone says three-peat.
Wow.
Did it.
Really?
Dude's
Three-peat.
business savvy,
Who pays him?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but whoever uses it now, it's his phrase.
On
So
networks.
what the NFL and the Chiefs did prior to this week is they went and they worked out a business arrangement for the rights to three-peat. So if you are a believer in they're making moves behind the scene, like why would the Chiefs have paid this guy if we didn't know we're going to win? So that's what non-Chiefs people would say. So Pat Riley now is under contract with the Chiefs so that if they win, they will be able to use the phrase three-peat. So
Come on, that's kind of...
That sounds like a setup.
Go ahead, Malik, I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
What do you
That
think?
sounds like a setup for them to win, honestly. Like you already preparing for everything. Like I feel like everybody shifted towards that. It's part of the script for this season.
And yeah, and what was it? What was it last year with the stadium and the banking? Who was Patrick Mahomes is sponsor, biggest sponsor of the bank, and they played in that arena. Like what? State Farm?
State Farm Arena?
Yeah.
And isn't he represented by State Farm?
Yeah,
No.
commercials.
I thought he was.
Yes. So go ahead, because you still have more, right?
Okay, so
Yeah, go ahead.
there's your if your conspiracy is the Chiefs are all set to win. Here's your Philly one. So Philly, and Miss Kelley was nice enough to share this one with me. So they plugged businesses in Philadelphia already, owned by Jeff Bezos, are already boarding their windows up with the thoughts that they're going to win, and they don't want their stores getting looted.
You have
And
pictures
we
of that?
actually have a video or a still
Nat, can
of
we see
that.
that? No.
I'll send it to you, Nat.
Yeah, well,
So, okay,
Yeah.
so while we pull that up,
Yeah.
this is the one I really want to give Vinny's
Okay, I wanna
opinion
hear
on. So,
this.
all right, so this is just a regular NFL conspiracy theory that I'm just was reminded of many years, so a couple years ago, Adam Schefter, like the #1 insider for the NFL, he made him, I don't know if it was like a Freudian mistake and said
slip?
the NFL is classified as an entertainment business rather than a sports business.
like WWE.
Like WWE. So now where this is weird is this gives the NFL a little bit more freedom and flexibility to kind of decipher the outcome before this happens. And with so much betting becoming so pertinent in sport, this is a big one. And this one's kind of come back over the last couple of years. And Vin, talk to me about it.
I want to go to Malik, and then I'll
Okay.
end with it. What do you think? So Malik,
Yeah.
about the calls, about the refs, about all the stuff that they want, and do you think that plays? I don't even like saying the C word anymore. I don't. Where are you at in the whole scheme of it? Because you're a Browns fan.
Yeah, I'm a Browns fan.
You're
So,
Cleveland.
y'all were complaining about
No,
Giants.
that's
Y'all complaining about the Giants.
That's
Y'all
rough.
you don't know anything.
Yeah,
about
we don't know
short
about
run.
There is
pain
nobody
and
nobody
disappointment.
conspiring to help
Yeah.
you, bro.
Yeah, Malik, I want to give I want to know your thoughts about the whole situation. Taylor to cheating to freaking calls to refs.
So I think since the Chiefs are great, they're the best team. I think they're just under a microscope. So like anything that goes towards their favorite, everybody wants to see them lose. They're tired of them, from Taylor Swift to Pat Mahomes and everything around that. They're tired of it. So I think a lot of people are just they're just trying to find something to like give them a reason as to like why they're mad that their team is winning.
Because they're
you know?
jealous.
I got you. Because
Yeah, they're just jealous.
all eyes on us.
Well,
basically.
you're
Yeah.
a New Yorker like me. You see people get like winner's fatigue. Like, at our hometown, what did people feel about the 90s Yankees? They were over them.
Oh,
Right by the time Jeter won a
finished.
bunch
The
and
Yankees.
Rivera,
Everybody
won,
hated us.
we hated them. right?
Patriots,
So that's
too.
They got mad at
Patriots. That's
times.
how
Oh,
it
the
happened.
Patriots. Pats too.
Patriots are annoying.
Just
Well, the Patriots
period.
actually got caught cheating. a bunch of
Exactly.
times. So it's not like
mean,
it was.
Cheaters.
If we're gonna be honest with each other,
Here we
they
go.
did get caught cheating.
Thank you.
Just like the Houston Astros, and I'm shocked that they let them keep that. They put the no asterisks,
No,
no
nothing.
nothing.
Nope.
They cheated. How did none of those players get banned from sports?
Well, they got immunity from them before
from
they.
ratting. Yeah,
before
just like
ratting.
let's just
For
like
ratting.
everybody in Congress is like, hey, I'll
I
talk.
think they got preemptive pardons, is what they
Oh,
call them.
isn't that weird? That's so weird, Chris. But and Brandon, well, I want to know Brandon, and then Chris. That's so freaking funny. And then hey, Chris, let's show this. This is.
This is
wait,
the
this
beautiful
is in Philly.
These are the beautiful streets of Philly, and this is a Amazon fresh market owned by you know who.
Jeff Bezos. I gotta play this.
Yeah, music. Yeah, good job. Yeah, I saw this and I sent it to him because I'm like, so who's really gonna win? The Eagles? I get they're just being careful because if everybody, what if they're also doing it in case they riot because they're upset?
Or
I was
Then
going
they
to say,
get
those fans
the-
are psychos. They ride even if they win. They ride if they lose.
Yeah,
Eagles
yeah.
fans are insane. They're like one of the
The
craziest.
worst.
Right, right.
Honestly,
They're
biggest
insane.
scumbags in the world, the Eagles fans.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
You know
hold
Jared?
on. No, hold on.
Out of all the fans,
Worst
fan base, worst fan base.
Eagles are.
I want to know. Ask the chat, Umberto, if you're there.
Who's the worst
Who are
fan
the
base?
worst fans in the world? Is it Boston Red Sox, Philadelphia Eagles, or the New York Yankees?
All fair.
No,
all fair. Well, we're Yankee fans, so we don't see it
what do
that
you mean,
way.
Yankee? By the way, we fight. We
Yeah,
talk
we
shit.
do.
Boston's a different situation, but I know. Yeah,
Boston.
Philly fans are no anybody that has a song like J.E. Jets and then E.A. all that. Giants,
Jets,
we're just
Jets,
yeah, we're
Jets.
just
What?
Giants.
Well,
We're just-
you know, we all know Jared, the editor in our office.
Yes.
He's from Philly. He's a hardcore Eagles fan. If you mention anything bad about the Eagles, just watch how he switches.
but I'm
Just
gonna
watch
do that
the
when we
tape.
go to the other building. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it.
just
And the
do it.
Eagles celebrations are getting crazy already. Like on like a more somber note, like after they made it to the Super Bowl, a 19-year-old kid was like recklessly climbing a light pole in Philly, fell off, crushed his head, and he's gone now. So, and earlier in that same like shindig, gunshots going off, and there's like a
Oh.
clip that went viral where the people heard it and they were kind of like, par for the
Nobody
course.
gives a shit in Philly.
It is what
No.
it is.
By the way, but dude, we're talking about the same city where there's people on trank. They're just, I don't know how they do it. They're awake but they're not. They're just like
Yeah.
standing, and they're not. I'm gonna
They're
get
like
Kelley.
bent over
Yeah, they're just
halfway.
bent, but their balance is amazing.
And I
the
guess
fit lean.
Fat lean. That's
I
what
get
it is.
I guess I would just finish this up with this. So as trying to be an independent football watcher, like why would 31 other owners though agree to coercion to help one team? You know, so that's always my argument as a Chiefs fan. Like everybody,
I got the
let's
answer.
hear it. So answer it for me.
Malik,
Go
go
on,
ahead.
both of you guys.
The NFL has recently partnered with so many betting houses now. It's like it's ridiculous. Like they're getting all this money and revenue from betting. Like how is sports betting illegal, but you're partnering with gambling sites?
But
That
I would
makes
say,
no
I
I
don't
would say,
understand.
I would say you're a Browns fan, right? Let's
Yeah.
say your team in the big picture. Sorry, Big Doug.
Never bet on the Browns.
Never
or
bet on the
against.
Browns.
They-
Not
they'll
very
screw your
good.
parlay
They're
up
not.
No matter
they're
what.
not coming in with a ton of money. So how would I convince the Browns owner Malik to say, "All right, we're gonna rig this for the Chiefs year in and year out"? Like, sorry. Like, how would I convince 31 other owners to get on board with that?
Well, I mean, you do it how we do every year. Hype them up in the preseason, give us all this hope, and then we watch it like, oh, here's the letdown.
Yeah.
It happens every year. I'm
but-
used to it.
Yeah, but here's my question though. Kelley, do you have something to say?
No, Malik's right.
Because I'm trying to think. No, Mike, I think he's right. But the same token, are they all in on it? Meaning, I think it's just an unset where they listen. All you got to do is grab a certain couple of refs and be like, hey, listen, here's some cash. Like from let's say Roger Goodell to the main people. I don't think all the other teams know. I don't think that they'd all agree to it because I think the players
don't
are like,
need-
I'm not.
There's
don't
too much on
need-
the line though to be that blatant about. Like maybe like if it's so much better for one outcome to happen, they say to the refs like, hey, if the opportunity is there, then
That's
like,
what I'm saying, Brandon. That's what I think. And it's not that outlandish. Didn't a couple of baseball guys just get caught? Refs, umpires, and
well,
shit.
You just
NBA
need
guys
the
get
head
caught.
ref to be the one say, "Hey,
Come
I
here.
saw this. Make that call."
Here's 20
Yeah.
grand cash.
Yeah.
Just do me and great point.
And
Just
nobody
do me a
else
favor.
knows.
If there's a freaking hit on Mahomes and it's in that because by the way, especially that when they're running and those plays are coming, you know he's gonna scramble. You know he's gonna run out of the pocket. If he gets even brushed on his hip, throw it. We'll deal with it.
There's like a clear reason for that part. And what I would tell you that is now, and they even changed some of the rules in the NFL to allow you to dress a third quarterback just in case, because a couple of years ago, the 49ers played the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, and both 49ers quarterbacks got hurt in the first half. So
I
they were
remember that.
they were forced to use a running back to play the second half for a shot to get to the Super Bowl. And what happens is by then you're relying on those ratings, and when it gets it becomes then they get boat raced because they're playing a running back back there,
yeah.
and people don't want to watch no more. So now they've gone ahead and changed some of the rules.
Of course
So
they-
that, but it may, that part I understand.
Go ahead.
So I want to hear everybody's prediction for the game. Your team, your final score, and then how many times you think they'll show Taylor and Trump. And then wasn't there one more? we were gonna
Taylor
do?
Trump, final score, MVP.
Oh yeah, and who's gonna be the MVP?
So this is easy.
All right, I got 31-27 Chiefs.
Okay.
I got Mahomes as the quarterback, so they're going to give him the MVP.
Okay.
I hope they show Trump. They're starting to talk about him a little more. They had ran an ESPN commercial with Trump, which
He's gonna be
I
in
just got so juiced up off
is he
of.
gonna be in the building?
He's in the building. So
That's
I'd say
crazy.
you're going to see Trump 4 times and Taylor Swift 6 times.
So wait, but I thought Trump's doing an interview.
That's, yeah,
Before,
I know he's
yeah.
gonna be in the building though.
Oh, if he's in the
He's
building.
he's
crazy.
attending
Well,
the game.
I think
First president in history.
First.
First
that's so
president in
sketch.
history
Come
to
on,
attend the
Trump.
Super Bowl.
I think
Come
the fans
on.
are going to love him.
Oh no, I think the
And it's in SEC country.
Oh,
so
What if the thing gets-
the fans will love him.
Nowlands.
I think it is kind
What
of
if it gets nuked or something? Though?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like what was the movie with Bane in Batman?
Dark
In
Knight.
the-
yeah,
oh,
Trump
shit.
was
Don't
below
even.
everybody.
Oh my God.
And the Nostradamus guy
yeah.
said,
Oh,
you
yeah,
remember the
sure.
Nostradamus guy that called the bullet in the ear thing?
Yeah, the
He
bald
said that
guy.
he had visions of like drones going into stadiums and shooting.
Bro.
oh boy.
Oh
I'm
my
sure.
Well, good
it'll
thing
be-
it's a dome.
It's
It's a dome,
already
so-
a
God. Don't, but
super
guess what?
secure
Drones,
event.
one drone blows up. Anyway, God willing, it doesn't happen.
Malik?
Malik.
Come on.
Man. All right, Jerry Julius, do not be mad at me. I got to go with the Chiefs. Everybody's like, this is history in the making. They want history to happen. This is like modern day Michael Jordan of football. The repeat.
Wow.
I'm going with the Chiefs. I say they win by 3 points. The Eagles are going to make it tough. They're going to put up a fight. They're a really good team.
What's the score?
Final score, I'll say 28-25. And Super Bowl MVP, I'm going to go different. I'm going to say the MVP is going to be I'm going on a limb. I'm going to say Isaiah Pacheco. I think for some reason,
Wow.
Good call.
just
I'm
because
okay
I
with
was
that.
going to be the guy
I'm
throw
comfortable
a
with that.
wrench in there. They're going to show Taylor Swift probably about twice per quarter. And Donald Trump's going to be shown, he's going to have his own scene, I think. He's going to have like a standing ovation during the timeout break. He's going to wave to the crowd. Everybody's going to cheer for him. And that's it, right? That's all of them?
Yeah,
That's what I think.
Okay.
Well, first of all, and to address the Eagles running back, Saquon Barkley, who was on the Giants and he's nasty.
Yes.
But I'm so proud and happy for him, bro, because the guy, that's what a line does for you.
I was going to say, bro, do you think there's any way he has a season like that if he stays in New York?
Absolutely. No freaking, bro. I'm so happy he left. Good for him. And look at this. The next year, Super Bowl. Anyway, Chiefs win 27-24. Patrick Mahomes, MVP. They show Trump 3 times. Taylor Swift on 2 times, 2 touchdowns. Actually, 1 in the beginning and then 1 touchdown. And then they're gonna stay away from her because the crowd's gonna start getting tired. But I just can't wait for the commercials too. What do you think? Well, it's Brandon and then you,
Go
Kelley?
ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, no, I'll do 38-35 Chiefs just because Mahomes is that good. Like I don't think that I'm not huge in the cheating or setup thing. I just think he's that good, and that it's impossible to beat him unless you really screw up in a big way.
Okay. Do you think any questionable calls?
Yeah,
really?
definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there will be, and the guys are human, so maybe they have a bias in them. But yeah, they could also be incentivized to some
MVP. Oh, you said MVP.
Mahomes. Yeah,
All right,
easy.
What was the other question? Trump and Taylor.
Oh, yeah. How many times they'll show Taylor and Trump?
I think Trump gets more screen time than Swift.
He has to. Are you
Yeah.
freaking kidding me? That's a freaking boss, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 40 seconds for Trump, 20 seconds for Swift.
That's a lot.
Kelley?
Okay. So I'm going to be the only person that says the Eagles are going to win.
Jared!
I think it's going to be 27-21.
Holy schmoly.
And I'm not as familiar with the players to do an MVP. If you win, your team has to be the MVP.
If
You're
the
probably
majority
a
of the time it's a quarterback, unless the running back goes bananas.
Yeah.
We have a wide receiver that makes a bunch of catches, touchdowns, but it's
So my thought process is the way that they could beat the Chiefs is Saquon goes bananas.
Yes.
Or one of their D tackles, Jalen Carter, smokes Mahomes over and over again and makes his life miserable. So I think one of those two, if Philly wins it, is probably
who has a better defensive D?
They're both really
Is it
good.
close?
Probably
It's
the
close.
Eagles, but the best
Yeah.
player is probably Chris Jones, who's a defensive lineman for the Chiefs.
End or just line?
Quinyon.
He's an interior lineman.
He's interior. Okay, so and he gets to the quarterback.
Yeah, he's a first team All Pro every year.
Oh, sick. Okay. And how many times Trump and how many times Taylor?
I think Taylor 3 times, and I think Trump, besides his interview, 4 times.
Okay, cool. I like the 4. Okay. Well, let's see. I want to chat. Who do you guys think? You put an E for Eagles or C for Chiefs? I can't wait. I want to see who the hell. And then I'm going to check my phone. But all right. Next story. Malik Hudson, the Cleveland Browns gangster, Popeyes, and Don Julio. Is it a Psyop? What the hell is going on, bro?
Yeah, so championship lineup, because we got the Super Bowl weekend, it's in New Orleans. Popeyes headquarters is in New Orleans. It's founded in New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
And so they released a championship lineup with some very questionable items with the collaboration from Don Julio.
Okay.
Which is kind of strange to me, if you understand why.
Well, I was going to say, because, we're talking about Louisiana. Get that chicken at Popeyes. It's mainly, with
Louisiana
black
fest.
people.
Louisiana
Black people aren't really
fest.
tequila people.
Yeah, but
They're more of
So
like...
Don Julio is tequila, right?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
tequila, but
It'd be Hennessy or
it's
something.
become popular amongst black community kind of recently because it's a high standard. It's a high standard tequila. I think it's kind of trash compared to other tequila.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But
What's your favorite?
my favorite tequila? Ooh, I would say I like mezcals. I don't have a specific brand, but I like all tequila. All of it is my favorite. But as far as this brand launch, it's pretty fishy. Like, let's look at the menu items on the next thing.
Next one.
So so with our championship lineup, we have a reposado flavored Louisiana garlic wings. That's kind of strange.
What?
Yeah, Popeyes never sells full wings, so I guess that's something new.
Yeah.
Then you have this hibiscus flavored lemonade mocktail. Like, I guess it's supposed to be a Don Julio drink. And then the bottom was very questionable. It's this reposado flavored concha roll. So if you're not familiar with what a concha is, it's this like Mexican pastry, and it's really sweet. So I'm confused as to why that would be put
So
on a
it's
chicken.
like chicken and waffles kind of taste. It's like it's a substitute for the waffle.
It's a spicy chicken.
Yeah, I guess so.
Spicy. But I could see spicy, salty, savory, sweet. But I mean, a concha. Yeah,
this all sounds like disgusting. Actually.
It sounds
like,
pretty.
None of it sounds good.
It hasn't been released yet.
It's been released. So actually, I have in my next video, I'm showing it's displaying like the release date in one of the cities. So it hasn't been released in every city, and the list of cities is New York City, Times Square, Madison Park, Miami, South Beach, New Orleans and Canal Street, Philadelphia and Arlington, and then Kansas City and Lenexa.
So people have been trying this.
Yes.
And it's in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You could all go try it, guys.
Yeah.
It's just a short-term Super Bowl special type of
Yeah,
thing?
it's only short term, but like, so this is a footage of like the first day of release. I'm not quite sure what city it's in. That you could just skip through. Every second of this clip is just madness. This is at like 7 a.m.
Okay.
There's lines of cars outside of Popeyes. I'll just
on.
talk through the video as it plays. You don't have to watch through.
So
the
what do you
whole
want?
thing.
What do
And you
want?
can put it on
Yeah, just
two-speed
skip through.
with the little
Just skip
gear
through.
right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Yep.
Who is this, Malik?
Two-speed
This
all the way
is
to the
some
bottom, and then
influencer.
go ahead and
I've
play.
been seeing his clips just go viral. Over just this and specifically. Like if you skip way further ahead.
Yo, skip
Go ahead.
Popeyes.
Yeah, he's saying it's early in the morning. We're going to Popeyes. We're going
Is he
right
mad
now.
right now? Or
No,
is
he's
he
just hyped.
excited?
He's
Scrub
hyped.
through the
He's hyped.
timeline. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Scrub through the timeline now, so you see the little photo pop. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
so look at this. Look at all these
Holy
cars
shit.
outside of Popeyes. This is at like 7 or 8 in the morning.
He actually brought down Julio.
Yeah, and a lot of these people brought down Julio with them.
Come on.
Put it in the
Why?
plane.
Yes, to put it in their food. Like, I'm surprised it didn't have a Popeyes flavor.
Yo, they need a
tequila cocktail.
wristband to go in.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I don't know sure if this is some streamer's antics, but this is
Bro, he's drinking.
this is ridiculous.
So hold up. Now you pull up to a drive-through and buy a drink? Is this how this goes?
No, apparently they're not selling alcohol. People brought
It
their
said,
own
it
alcohol.
said
mocktail.
have to be 21 on the first picture.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
If you can run back the first picture, it says on the bottom 21 and over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
okay.
By the way,
Thank
come
you,
on.
Jay.
Can we talk about this? He is at Popeyes shoving tequila in people's mouths at 7 o'clock in the morning.
like
Yes.
at the
I didn't even know
club.
Popeyes
Is that
opened
weird?
this early.
I didn't know. Me neither. Why is it open and they're not? It's like not super. Oh my god.
See,
bro.
This is very
Yeah.
sappy.
Yeah. So it's like some weird things going on. The first thing that brought to me, like came to my mind, was this. They cloned Tyrone on Netflix. I
They
don't know if you've
cloned
seen this movie.
Tyrone. I haven't seen it.
This movie is insane. It's a wild ride. So
Is it fun? Is it worth watching?
It's hilarious. It's a great movie. I've seen it a couple times.
Okay.
It's starring John Boyega, the guy who played Finn in
I
Star
know, I know who
Wars,
that is.
and Jamie Foxx. Everybody loves
good?
Jamie Foxx. It's
I'm
great.
gonna watch
actually.
it. I'll have
It's
nothing to do
hilarious.
tonight.
So it's kind of like a modern day like Dolomite type film. Not
Okay.
as outrageous as Dolomite.
Of course.
But it's very symbolic with a lot of trends that were like in older blaxploitation films. So like
Gotcha.
the main characters is a drug dealer,
Oh, God.
a pimp,
Pimp. I was
and
gonna
one
say.
of his employees.
Oh.
If you catch my
His
drift.
one of his house.
So like yeah, they
one of his employees.
they're noticing
Who's
these-
the girl? Who's the girl? It's not Tiffany Haddish, is it?
No. Her name is Tayana Paris.
Okay, I know
Yeah,
she is.
yeah.
I know who she is. I don't know
Yeah.
her. I just know who she is.
So they're noticing these weird things. They're in the hood or a very
The
Privileged?
underdeveloped.
underdeveloped
Oh,
area.
okay, they're in the hood.
The hood. So
Yeah.
they're in the hood and like the guy's noticing these things happening and it's like, wait a minute. He gets, I don't want to spoil too much of the movie, but
Okay.
he gets shot and he wakes up, he goes back to a lab. He goes back to the lab that they took him to after they got shot, and he sees himself dead on the floor, like shot up in bullet wounds. Everybody like saw that he got shot, but he didn't believe it.
Oh,
so
damn.
they're investigating this because the girl's like very fascinated with Nancy Drew.
Okay.
So they're investigating this and they're noticing these weird things. First, they go to the local chicken spot and they notice the people are acting crazy because of the chicken.
Okay.
And that's where it's like they go to different places. They go to like the church and the hair salon. But back to the chicken part is like,
Okay.
you remember in 2009 with the chicken sandwiches and Popeyes?
Yes.
Wait,
That-
was it
I was
2000?
that
Was
was-
it
This
That
is
was-
2019.
Yeah, I was like,
I
wait
was
a
gonna
second.
freak out. I was gonna freak
I
out.
was just about to be like,
How
yo,
old
I'm
am I?
old as shit right now. But yeah, you mean I lived in Cali. People were stabbing people
Yeah.
in the line. You know how I know that? I stabbed a Mexican dude. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, people were getting stabbed. There were fights. There were
Yeah.
fights. It was insane over a chicken sandwich. I couldn't believe it.
The
And
line
it wasn't
too
even
was so
worth
long.
it. It was a piece of bread, a little of a sauce, and a pickle, a
And
sliced
crunchy
pickle.
breading.
Yeah, I will say I eventually tried it. It was delicious.
Aw,
Yo, the
you
chicken,
liked it?
because the chicken's banging.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
You had to pick Chick-fil-A or Popeyes.
Popeyes 6 chicken sandwich.
Popeyes flavor, but Popeyes not for the aftermath. They're determined to a soft serve machine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
but yeah, like if you go to Nat, I sent you a couple videos just to show like the madness from 2019 with these chicken
Let me
sandwiches.
see those, please.
Oh.
There was like people fighting. People were getting called out of their name. I'm sure there was a white guy who got called the N-word multiple times and beat up.
A
for
white
it.
guy
It was
got
so
called the
weird.
N-word? What did he
It was
do?
strange. I was like, people were acting out of character over this chicken. It was scary.
Why?
Like I was so reluctant to try it, but eventually I caved.
I didn't want to wait in that line. I waited a long time before I finally tried a Popeyes.
How long
chicken
were the lines
sandwich.
like that for?
It was like that for weeks.
Yeah.
It took like people weeks. You couldn't call in. People had signs on the
and they limited you to 2, I think.
Yeah,
they're like you only get 2 sandwiches.
Yes.
Yeah, they had to say like, sorry, we don't have the sandwich. People were calling in. People were trying to like order online.
In Atlanta, people got arrested
for
buying a whole bunch of sandwiches and then reselling them on the side.
Yeah, people were reselling
That's
chicken
so
sandwiches.
funny. What are you in here for, homie? Crack. What about you? Popeyes chicken sandwiches, homie. That's how I roll,
Was
homie.
that great marketing or was it that good? Like, I feel like it's got to be
It
psychology.
was good marketing. I don't think it's that
she's
good.
right. Marketing was, bro, I was fiending for it. And there's a Popeyes down my street, Brandon. It was causing traffic for me to get to my house. So I parked my car and I walked in that bitch. And there was a fight outside. It was a white guy and a Spanish guy beating the shit out of each other. So we all got to move up. And then I bit it and I was like, okay, the chicken's great, but a little sauce, it's marketing always wins.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, this was like scary. Like you couldn't order it. And then so a lot of people were like, oh yeah, Popeyes stereotypical. Like, so the reason is like I did a deep dive. Like I was curious myself as to why like Popeyes is popular amongst the black community. And after I did some things, so Popeyes was founded in early 70s.
Okay.
And this was after a tumultuous time in American history, of course.
Okay.
So with that, the owner was some random white guy. I'll show you who he's in a minute.
I can't wait.
He was just like, yeah, I want to help African Americans feel more. I want to help them feel more at home, give them a nice place. And fast forward to today, they're owned by RBI Foods now. He sold out. He got a big exit check.
Okay.
His family's getting money off of that still. And another statistic is Popeyes is owned by 20% of Popeyes franchises are owned by black entrepreneurs.
That's great.
So there's things in there, but and also they people think like people don't know that Popeyes is. They may not know that it was founded by white guy, but now the face of Popeyes is the lady. Her name is Deborah Hurt.
Look at Deborah. Okay, that's the face of it.
Yeah, you see the commercials. I've seen her.
Popeyes.
Yeah, I would have thought she was the CEO this whole time.
Sure. I thought so too. Can we see the owner?
Yeah. So
look at this dude. That looks like me with sunglasses. Look at him just chilling with that chicken. But now I want chicken.
Yeah. So
I'm
lady
gonna go
before
after
that,
Oh my gosh.
lady before that's the real hero of Popeyes. This is during the 2019 Popeyes chicken craze.
Oh my!
Like, I'm sure she worked the full double shift, just nonstop making chicken
She's
sandwiches.
praying right now.
Breaking up
Please,
fights.
Lord, save me.
Breaking up fights.
Yeah, it was just insane madness. So
Many of most. What is that?
now with that, yeah. So like this brings me back to like fast food and everything. Since RBI's taken over, they own fast food. They own Tim Hortons. They own Burger King. They own Firehouse Hubs.
Oh damn.
So like
That's
all
RBI.
of these.
RBI.
Yeah, that's RBI. So like all these fast food restaurants and chains are like they aren't necessarily in it for the people.
Of course.
Like they're
Hell
selling
no.
these people poison. Like I say like these are your biggest cartels you have now. It's these food agencies. Like one thing you think about, why is the FDA, like why is food and drugs being handled by one organization?
That's a very good point.
That makes no sense. It's ridiculous.
Food and Drug Administration.
Yeah. And then if you go down to the nitty gritty of these like nutritional facts of these food, it's like one of the slides, one of Popeye's combos has 2,300 milligrams of sodium, which is
Wait, a combo?
Yes, just a chicken combo.
Holy
and then
That's
shit.
at 1443.
Yes, that's just one chicken
over
sandwich.
half the limit.
yeah, that's insane. And it's feeding you're feeding these people this stuff, and like it's marketed to African Americans. And one thing people don't know is that African Americans are more susceptible to type 2 diabetes.
Yep.
They're more likely to develop type 2 diabetes here. And that's one thing. And if they're marketing to them, they're kind of like poisoning these people. And like with these, if you go down to like the harmful chemicals, so this is Popeye's claims to what they say, they claim, like the chicken's antibiotic free, they use real ingredients, the eggs are cage free.
This is
And
it. That's like
what
on
they
their website.
Yeah, they claim.
Gotcha.
This could be true.
Okay.
But
All right.
Everybody says that, by the way. Like everything that has chicken, or like every chicken container says no antibiotics added, which they're allowed to say even if it's not true, by the way.
Why you can't? Oh,
Yeah.
and now can we zoom in on this?
Yeah, they can twist all these words around. And if you zoom in on here and look at this,
That's
these
the
are all the
ingredients in a
harmful ingredients
sandwich?
found in this food.
There was
Holy no way.
We had a great episode on PBD Podcast where Paul Saladino talked to Pat about a lot of different ingredients that are in our food. And, like, there's a lot of stuff your body can't process naturally. All these oils.
There was like if you leave a fry in your car under the seat, like it stays normal for 6 months.
There was
like it doesn't get moldy.
A video that went viral a couple of weeks ago where it says grass-fed chickens, and it's just 10 million chickens laying on top of each other in a warehouse, and they're just dropping grass on them.
Oh my god!
And so they're fed grass, but it's like,
the chickens aren't
not what you think, guys.
Crane, right?
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's so deceptive. So like back to the bad ingredients. So yeah, you got artificial colors. Red number 3 is banned by the FDA. Linked to cancer. It's found in the chicken sandwich. Powdered cellulose, usually made from wood because it's cheap. So they're putting wood shavings in this food. It's crazy.
Wait. Wood shavings?
Powdered cellulose. Yeah, it's made from wood.
Dad, do me a favor.
No wonder it tastes
zoom in
so
on the left.
good.
I want to like real on the left side, babe. Left.
Other
Yeah, I
side.
want to look at those. Zoom in so I can read it.
Zoom.
I want to see if I know some of these words.
You don't.
Absorbic. By the way, if absorbic acid oxidization, shine agent, breast fillet rib meat containing 22% of water, paprika mustard, enriched bleached wheat, thiamine mono what? Nitrate, folic acid, dried what the
monosodium glutamate.
Guys,
palm
and you know what's
oil.
messed up? Even though I'm reading this, I'm still going after this.
I am not.
I was just about to say I was 100%. Now I'm contemplating it.
No,
Because I
it's
said
so.
reduce iron.
I love the Maha movement that's happening right now. I think RFK is a beast. I really think it's important that people understand what they're putting into their bodies, and the more farm-raised fresh food you can eat, the better.
I think 100%.
And the more you can make it at home,
And it just
the
sucks
better.
but you know what sucks? When you're late and you couldn't eat and I can't go home and blah, blah. You drive by this, the color of the Popeyes, the yellow, the red, you're like, oh shit. Then you see a picture of this. Malik, go ahead. Look at that photo.
All right, yeah. So like these are just examples of other like fast food like companies who have just had just some questionable like collaborations.
Yeah, Nelly.
Yeah,
got it.
But that's RBI, which is also owned same company as Popeye.
That's not real, is it?
Yeah, this is real.
Oh, it's
this
good.
And like also have to think about the
I
people,
would try this one.
You have
not
to think
gonna
about
lie.
the people that these companies market to as well. It's like, okay, a guy who's eating KFC is probably some fat gamer guy.
Of course.
Fat slobby. He's relying on that. And like when these people don't have these types of things, they tend to what
the hell is that?
I love how the gaming community just caught shrapnel from Malik right there.
Yeah.
The
By
fat
the way,
gamers going.
Is that a real sandwich?
It's not an Old Spice flavor sandwich.
What's the meat sweat?
Yeah,
What's the meat
I'm
sweat?
gonna tell you what it is.
Steak and
I'm
gonna
gonna
tell you-
steak or like cold cuts. You sweat.
Really?
I'll tell you a crazy story. I started carnivore for like 2 weeks in the summer.
You told me
and
this,
after
remember?
2 days, your body, like all the sugar gets rid. I was getting my hair cut and I start sweating profusely. And I'm apologizing to my barber, like, bro, I don't know what's going on with me right now. I'm not dying. I feel fine. But I was just sweating through the apron and meat sweats.
Because your
Dude,
body's
interesting.
breaking it down, right? So you start to sweat.
Probably
Yep.
good for
Getting
you.
rid of everything.
I remember you told me like, bro, I just been sweating, and I was like,
I
Chris,
couldn't
there's
understand what was
baloney coming out of your ears.
I'm like, I'm dying. I
Bologna's
think I'm
disgusting.
finished.
Do not eat
I'm done.
bologna.
That's bad advertising though. To like make you think of meat sweats.
Yeah, and then
you
Brandon
get
was
some-
shaving.
Yeah, that's
Now,
disgusting.
This is insane. This is KFC. This is a double down. It's a chicken sandwich, but the sandwich is the chicken.
Oh, the bread.
Wait,
No
is
bread.
it chicken
Okay,
breast
I can
buns?
answer that.
Is that chicken breast buns?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
chicken breast
but
buns.
see, okay,
Wow.
Oh, wait. Did they bread the chicken? Did they bread the buns, or is it actually chicken?
No,
No,
that's
chicken.
chicken.
No,
that's
chicken.
chicken.
is the
Which,
bun.
I would eat it
by the way,
as chicken.
greasy fingers. You're
Yeah.
gonna burn yourself. But man, no bread.
So what's in the middle? What is the sandwich?
It looks like
and shit.
bacon, cheese,
Cheese,
and
bacon,
mayo.
and mayo.
Pickles.
Pickles,
Dude,
yeah.
This is just them. Listen,
need
this
more
is
mayo.
them trying to kill you, but look cool while they're trying.
That's so much sodium.
Bitch,
No way.
hey,
This is even worse.
What? This looks funny.
This is the double down hot dog. It's a hot dog wrapped in a chicken patty.
Bro,
Fried
you
chicken
you
patty.
might as well just take that and eat that at the ER.
That's
But
the
listen,
thing.
I'm gonna fucking eat this here because I'm about to heart attack.
I don't
That's
think those
coming
made
out
it
of
to New
both
York,
ends,
man. I never
like
seen
at the
those
same
before.
time.
I
Oh
would
my
try that.
God.
Not gonna lie.
Then you got the mac and Cheetos from Burger King.
That's it.
Oh,
That's
shit.
interesting.
That's
And before
would
we go to
try
the
that.
before we go to the last one,
That's interesting.
it's kind of like it's weird because like you see what all these companies market to,
Yeah.
and it's like why are you, like it's very strange. They're marketing to these people to get these people hooked on this. Like these are cartels. You turn these people into fiends. Like someone who like has an issue of overeating, who's addicted to sugar, who's addicted to sodium, salt. All of this stuff, they're relying on this. That's why people act crazy around certain things. It was back to the Popeyes thing. Like it's a line in They Clone Tyrone's, like it's in the chicken. Yeah. Because it really is like you're eating all these bad things. It's messing up the chemistry in your brain, causing you to behave way differently.
I agree.
Than you normally will.
My gosh, Malik, I love this.
So it's insane. Like it's really scary. And then the last one. So like with all of these, you see all these marketing things. Like which one of these like seem tasteful, and which one of these is like seems like a good idea? And do you think like these crazy collabs really like encourage people to buy?
Malik, I agree. Well, first of all, like I don't like eating a lot of bread at all. If I eat bread, it's very, very like I'll take the top off of a Whopper if I'm starving with Mav or we're shooting, Kel. I'll take the top off. I'll leave a little bit at the bottom because I love bread. I'm Middle Eastern. But like the collabs, like Post Malone, okay, I get it, Oreos, whatever. But like I think it's brilliant using a Nelly or whatever to bring that draw. But I don't respect if you're not really eating that shit, because I don't think Nelly's eating whatever the hell that was.
He's not eating
I've seen Nelly, bro. The guy's is ripped. He's in shape. He's doing concerts at 9 o'clock in the morning for PHP. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't like the fact that they have poison in it. It's literally like you cannot tell me that anybody out there knew that a chicken sandwich had what would you call that, 75 or 100 ingredients? That's insane, bro.
And no wonder it tastes so good, because you're getting triple the amount of sodium, you're getting triple the amount of sugar in all of these foods, plus like your body can't break down all those preservatives in the food as well.
Nasty.
So if the more fresh food you eat, the better for you.
That's what he does, though. Malik
he does. Malik comes in every day, and I'm like, "What did you make? It smells so good.
Yeah,
it looks good." And he cooks all his food fresh at home.
Yeah.
Well, you said it perfect. They make it to where it's way more expensive, and it takes much longer to prepare.
I mean, fast food's getting pretty expensive now. Not gonna lie.
No, it is. But yeah, for convenience.
But like,
bro,
if you go get a 4-pack of like clean steaks and some chicken and some vegetables, you could be in $100 for like 3 nights, 2 or 3 nights.
Dog, I buy my grass fed. Not what they put grass on top of the cow. Grass fed, grass finished. So they're eating it the entire. That's all they're eating is grass. They're not eating grain. They're not eating none of that shit, bro. So if you go right now to any supermarket, guys, any of you, just go to your regular supermarket and buy a ribeye. That shit's like this, right? $17 to $25, right?
Sure.
When I buy mine, grass fed, grass finished, a local, not in Florida, I was getting it from Montana or somewhere. A farm kills the cow, they chop it up, they send it to you, bro. That same steak is this small, and almost twice as expensive. Now I'll say like $4 or $5 more expensive.
Yep.
It tastes great. The fat on it is a different color than that white shit that you're getting, because it's all steroids. But like you said, bro, I have to take a whole Sunday. I got to make all my food. I got to prep all my food instead of just driving by Wendy's going, I'll just get the burger without the bread, but it's still shit. You're still eating a lot of shit.
You'll live longer. You might take more time, but you'll live longer.
I'll be
and
mad
you
as
won't
hell
get
if
cancer.
I'll be mad if I see a meteor coming and
Allegedly.
I'm like, I fucking was healthy for all that. I'm going to Popeyes. I'm going to get that whatever the hell that thing was and swallow it. What do you guys think? What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's crazy that they let this stuff pass. Like, it's like letting the chemical stuff, like, they make this stuff in the lab, you know, they make it to be addictive. Like, even if it's something as simple as chips, like, they make it to be addictive. So that's not good. They target certain communities. That's like propaganda 101 to use celebrities to kind of make you do things. This is why they try to get celebrities to say political statements. It's why they try to get them to eat stuff that's unhealthy. So it's dirty, but like I also get it. If you're offered like $5 million to like take a picture of the burger,
would you do it?
Like right now, yeah. So if Burger King said like, yeah, take a picture of the Whopper for $5 million, like, yeah, sorry, my bad.
But the Pfizer shot, you wouldn't tell them to.
No, I would.
For $20 million. Oh, that's
Would you get the Pfizer shot?
Oh no, I'm talking about fries. I thought you said
I said Pfizer.
Oh no.
Okay,
I thought you said the
are you ready
fries.
for this?
Yeah,
And
not for $1 billion for the shot.
$1 billion for the shot.
No,
guys,
no.
I'm dead serious. For one, and that's why we've had this conversation.
Yeah.
I would not get the Pfizer shot for $1 billion.
No way.
Any shot, any vaccine, because I think I'd have a heart attack and I would die. All right, Kelley, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. No, as much fresh food. I'm trying to eat a lot healthier now. I've lost a lot of weight. I feel better mentally. I think it's just an important thing to do. And especially after watching that episode with Paul and Pat, I'm just like, That makes so much sense. How your body like can't process it, and so then your body's just stuck with it, and like you get
Hold
like
on
this
to
brain fog, and then you're carrying on like
He ruined everything.
And your mental, he did. He ruined a lot for me. Like even like vitamin water. I'm like, I
It's
can't
all
drink
sugar.
this anymore.
It's all sugar.
Yeah.
So I just think it's so important because your mental state affects so many other things. Especially as women.
Your brain's connected to your stomach. Actually.
Yep.
People don't realize that.
1,000%.
Your emotions, how fast you can work. So I want to be on alert. I work for a media company.
Bro,
I got to be go.
Bro, when they
care
talk about the
my life.
itis, when you eat,
Yes.
think about, imagine eating something and it just got you like, what that, there's a poison inside you, bro.
Yep.
Like if I eat, like I said, if I eat bread right now, all day I'm energized like this. If I eat that piece of bread, I'm just like,
Nap
whoa, that's sugar that's in it that's trying to break down. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, that's it. Man. General rule, these things shouldn't look like chemistry experiments on the label. The less ingredients, the better. And I'd say tough out the first 2 or 3 days. They suck. Your body's going to have to rid yourself. It really is withdrawal. If it's sugar or these chemicals, your body's going to go through a withdrawal. But tough out the first 2 or 3 days, and it gets exponentially easier. That's been my experience.
Malik, that was actually really informative. And now I'm not even joking, bro.
We're not going to
I want
Popeyes
Popeyes
after
so
this.
bad.
We're not going to Popeyes.
I just want one wing with honey mustard sauce.
No.
Okay,
I'll make
anyway,
it for you.
Malik, great freaking story, bro.
Thank you.
I'm still going.
Well done.
Kelley, what's your what's Kelley? Plane goes missing in a. I didn't even, but to be honest with you, didn't even hear about this story.
Well,
Today,
I mean, everybody's heard about the DC plane crash last week with the Black Hawk helicopter.
Still no answers, Kelley. Still no.
Everybody's also heard about the Philadelphia plane that went down with the young 11-year-old girl that just got spinal surgery. And now this is the third major incident in U.S. aviation history. Aviation history this week. Like there's 3 in 1 week. I keep saying that wrong. Sorry.
Third time it happened in 3 in 1 week, or
3 in 1 week. So there's
First
all
time.
these major incidents in 1 week.
Yeah,
and
major.
They're big. So this plane, they're searching for a commercial passenger plane that went missing over the Bering Sea in freezing, windy conditions. I think it was like 9 degrees and it's like lightly windy. The single-engine Cessna operated by Bering Air had 9 passengers and 1 pilot on board. The plane's last known position was lost around 3:20 p.m. local time, and it was only approximately 12 miles offshore. The Coast Guard, the Air Force, National Guard are all looking. They're trying to track passengers via their cell phones. This is the third major incident in 10 days following the D.C., where 67 people died, and the Philadelphia plane crash. It was traveling from Unalakleet to Nome in Alaska. And, so it had 9-degree Fahrenheit temperatures, light snow, gusty winds, and poor visibility at time of the incident. The final communication was when the pilot informed air traffic control in Anchorage about entering a holding pattern before the plane's altitude dropped and its signal was lost. So they were communicating to the ATC like, "Hey, we're ready to land." They requested boat owners. Anything else I need to tell you?
Can I ask you a question, Kelley? While you're
yes.
looking, it's 2025, if I'm not mistaken. Our technology, when it comes to airplanes, there should be something on. I don't understand how they're like, we don't know where it is. Like, what are we even talking about? There has to. I know the black boxes are on every single airplane. Sometimes they can't find them. Did they find the ones on 9/11?
yes.
Next to Muhammad Atta's perfect air passport. I just don't understand. Like, we need to like that. That boggles my mind. Like that Malaysian one that had those orbs flying about.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Okay, but wait.
All right, go.
So that one, though, I know we talked about this on Unusual Suspects before. Where did we get footage of that?
People were recording it because they saw smoke coming up.
From all the way up in the freaking air?
Oh, yeah. It
The
was
Malaysian
visible.
one with the 3 things going around it?
Oh, no. The 3 things on there were from. So they took their camera and they could put infrared on the camera. And it's. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's 3 orbs.
Came out recently, right? Like within the last year or so.
Oh, and by the way, this guy that's doing it now, I don't know if we can find it. This guy that we tried to get on said that he would put his entire life savings if anybody could prove what he's saying is wrong, and nobody's stepping up. It's an airplane that's flying. It banks. It has some. They were saying that it was carrying lithium on the bottom of it, and that it may have exploded. So you see the fire trail, the smoke trail. Coming out of it. It banks, and then it starts going this way, and all of a sudden these 3 white balls, orbs, and bro, he proved without any doubt with the clouds, with the shadowing, that these things are going, and then all of a sudden the plane, Kelley.
I have lots of doubts.
Yeah, lots of doubts, but guess what? He'll put his money where his mouth is. The plane disappeared. There's no bodies. There's no nothing. And then they just started finding pieces of the wing and shit in random places, and it doesn't add up.
That's the Malaysia plane you're talking
Malaysia
about?
flight,
Yeah,
if I'm not
MH something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was coming from Kuala Lumpur, I think.
Yeah, and this guy's like, bro, I'm telling you right. And if you see the footage, if you guys have a chance, go on X. Well, Kelley, you keep going. I'm gonna.
No, yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know how much I believe that one, but I do think, the Earth is a really big place. And when planes go down over the ocean, that's just a bajillion miles to cover, and things can move very quickly. But they haven't found the plane yet, so there's 10 people that are missing on this Alaskan plane. It's 3 incidents in 10 days. So it makes you wonder, like, who's at fault here? We recently did an episode, it's coming out next week, with Pat about this as well, but I want to ask the question, like, I don't think it's just pilots. I don't think it's just this DEI nonsense in the media. Did you know that 90% of air traffic control towers are understaffed? So we're going to show...
Say that number again.
90% of air traffic control towers are understaffed.
Why?
So we all found out this week that there were supposed to be 2 controllers working the night of the DC crash, and there was only 1 there at the time of the crash. If we could show this chart, Nat.
Go ahead.
So this shows their staffing targets for the FAA standard and what they're actually meeting. And and then this is the bottom chart. It shows it includes people in training. So it's only at 8% when we include people that are training. Of 2,000 people that get trained, only 1,000 of them will probably get certified in the next 2 to 3 years. So,
side note, this is a math. So we did this on PBD Pod too, where they were talking about the DEI, all that stuff in the staffing for the air traffic controllers.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a massive reason that they did it, because no one wanted to do the job. They're massively understaffed, so they're like, wow, we have to open up the regulations to have more people.
Yeah, it's a scary job. It's stressful. Like, you have to really be on it in order to, say, okay, this plane's coming here. I've got 5 more waiting. And I started because I did all that research for that episode. I started getting all the videos on my feed of, like, recordings of air traffic controllers talking to planes, and some of the conversations are wild. It's hard for them to understand each other. Air traffic controllers are having an attitude, stuff like that. So I'm not saying I'm not blaming them for anything. I'm just saying they're 90% understaffed. So how safe do I feel flying right now? 0. And because it's not only my pilot, it's what my pilot's being told from the ground. And if the person on the ground is not paying attention, or is overworked, or is overwhelmed by the airports are getting busier. 82% of Alaskan communities rely on air travel. They're in the middle of freaking
They're nowhere. They're in the freaking piece of ice.
So, and this is actually the second plane to have an incident in Alaska. There was that plane that also went down in Alaska, and I think they got 4 of them survived in the water. I think it was a much smaller plane.
Man.
But anyway, so I just wanted to kind of share that, because I have a trip coming up. I'm a little nervous to fly.
Oh, great.
I'm supposed to go see my family, so I'm a little nervous to fly. But I needed you guys to know. Anybody wants to be air traffic controller, they need you.
Go sign your ass.
You know what's ridiculous though is that, like, if you need more people for something, increase the pay. And if they say, like, oh, we don't have enough money, this is a government agency, and we're finding out that, like, millions of dollars are getting shoveled out to things that nobody cares about and aren't necessary. So, like, how easy would it be to increase the price of whatever it needs to be for the market to rush into that job? Like, like, the average pay in the country is like $50,000 a year. Most people would go, like, bend over backwards for a job that pays $200,000 a year. So, what's the average pay, you think? Like 70, 80, maybe 100 for that?
I'm not sure. I can look it up.
But if they jacked it up to like $150 a year or something, they'd have people freaking rush into that.
And that's
like
the
crazy.
job that you want.
It's not just that. Like, okay, yeah, we would get more people, but it takes years to train for this. It's complicated.
Well, that's a government,
especially when you have people from other countries at international airports. I listened to an air traffic controller talk to a pilot, and, like, he literally couldn't understand the pilot because he had an accent and he wasn't enunciating clearly and was not understanding. Well, the other pilot also was not understanding. The ATC guy was speaking a perfect English and was like, turn left on MA, do not go to J. for exits, and they can't understand each other. So like, no wonder.
Because of the accent?
There was another incident in the Seattle airport where Japan plane literally backed into, or vice versa, I'm not sure, the Delta
I've seen that.
plane, right?
Yeah.
You did my news bite for it.
Yeah, I did the news.
So again, that makes it also seem like air traffic controllers are overwhelmed.
I don't believe that it takes years to do, though, because, like, the standards that people put in place are bullshit a lot of the time. Like, Musk always talks about
We
this in
need
his-
more standards for air safety.
No, but we
for
need
sure.
higher expectations, though. Like, you could go into, like, a factory, and they'll say, like, yeah, it takes this long to do this, but as somebody with higher expectations says, like, yeah, no, bullshit, cut this step, do this faster. You could cut the time in half with that a lot of the time. Like, government expectations are, like, very subpar a lot of the time, so I don't think they're getting the best out of people necessarily, especially with, like, those type of agencies.
I think efficiency is part of it, but Malik, you got thoughts?
Yeah, so I mean, you were saying like maybe pay the air traffic controllers more money. Well, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median annual wage for air traffic controllers is $137,000.
It's pretty
I
good.
mean,
That's a lot of money.
That's smart.
Yeah,
That's
good
all,
salary.
dude. Their math and they have to be on point, bro. A lot of these near misses, which I think they're near hits.
We could show this too.
Okay, well, and by the way, not only I have a fear of flying on the air traffic control and the pilots. What about the airplanes falling apart? Like, did we all
that too.
forget?
Boeing.
Like,
Boeing.
it's just Boeing and all these guys. And then the guy that wants to blow the whistle shoots himself. I don't believe that. Okay, so now, guys, this bottom, and I want Nat to zoom in, Nat, on the bottom one. This is the 2014 MH370 airplane.
That's the Malaysia flight?
That's on the bottom. Like, and Nat, even closer. I don't care about the Spain one.
Okay.
Nat, zoom in. And this is Ashton Forbes, guys, on X. You guys can find this guy on X. Nat, zoom in on that so we can make it bigger on the
Or
screen.
just play it, or just
Yeah. See
play
those,
it.
that one, Nat, and the bottom left and the bottom right. Look at those orbs that are showing up. There you go, Nat. On the right side, you see that smoke?
Yeah.
Besides the right one, Nat? That is
Can you play it, Nat?
Yeah, play it, and now look. And this guy did proof that this isn't made up. Look at the orbs on the right, and then this thing starts showing up, and then the plane disappears. Kels, watch the one on the right. Chris, watch this.
Could it have exploded?
No. Just watch this. Watch the right, and it's moving the smoke from the vapor from the gas on the back. Look at the bottom right. Bottom right. Watch this. Oh, did it start again, Nat? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, look, dude. Let me explain something to you. That is some crazy stuff. And then, all right, now you can stop it. So if you guys, I'm telling you right now, Ashton Forbes did a dive on this, and he is dying on this sword, and he's like, there's nobody that can prove me wrong that this is real. That meaning they weren't CGI Kelley, he proved it. You still have that look.
How
he proved
do you make a plane disappear?
come on.
Because of who? You think I know the? All I know is that
Obviously, open a portal to another dimension.
obviously, thanks, Jake. But and by the way, he put out the gauntlet. If anybody could prove him wrong,
You can't prove yourself right. Where's
Yes,
the
he
plane
did.
then?
Well,
Where did it go?
It disappeared.
Yeah,
It's gone. There's no
different
bodies. There's no black box. Nothing. They didn't find anything. They found pieces of the plane that had the wrong serial number on it. Who knows, Kelley?
You don't think we can open portals? Come on.
Is this Lost in real life? Is Lost happening now too?
I don't. Let me explain something to you. Do you, with all the shit that they've kept from us, do you put anything past these people, these demons? I don't.
Right. I definitely think we can open portals. Come on.
Well, unfortunately, that's why I've been like 3 times in 3 weeks made me question immediately, like, is this really DEI or is this like the work of somebody bad? Like, is this somebody who's just incompetent and inept at their job, or is
so
it
that's
people
my
who?
point. It's not, and it's not that air traffic controllers are incompetent. It looks like more the fact that they are understaffed and that they're overworked and that they're not supported. If there's 90% of control towers that don't have enough people working them, you've got 10% that are meet standards, not even going above standards. That's super scary. So we're kind of stuck with this situation. There's more and more flights being added every year. People are traveling more, especially after COVID. It's not necessarily incompetence. It's that we don't have a system in place that's safe anymore if we don't have control towers that are staffed enough.
That's the problem with the government-run thing, though, because like the market's supposed to fix that. Like if there's a shortage or something, like we pay $1 trillion a year in welfare for people just to sit around and do nothing. And so when it's a government agency, like instead of like an actual business, then like the business would have been like, oh, okay, we have a shortage here, we have demand here, there's infinite demand for flights, so we need to have enough people here to make this run well, but it's not correcting itself.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do the suspect?
I don't think we have time for that.
What time is
It's
it?
5:30.
Okay. Well, listen. Kelley's gonna do her own deep dive on freaking Ashton Forbes' freaking orbs.
I am now because I love a good.
And please let me know if
conspiracy.
if you believe that he's lying. And meaning this
I'm
guy
sure
took
he believes
years.
he's right. I'm sure he believes he's right.
Oh, but listen, believing something is one thing. Him saying, and you should see, Kelley, the in-depth shit that he did, meaning this plane's going, that vapor, whatever you want to call it, this orb is moving that vapor. It's not fake. So you tell me, if that's happening in real time, what are those balls that just showed up and are spinning and then the thing disappears? Make that make sense to me.
Clip that.
Teleport.
Clip that.
I've actually seen those. Like, believe it or not, I was driving back from Deli's house around like 11 p.m. one night. I'm driving past Fort Lauderdale Airport, and I see these orbs through the clouds. I've seen 3 of them, and I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew I wasn't.
Hold on, how high? How much did you?
I was not high at all.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was driving back home from Deli's house, but I was not high.
Okay.
Like that's something I will not sit there and make up. I've seen it floating around Fort Lauderdale Airport as you take the interchange from 95 to the turnpike going north.
Yeah.
In that specific spot, I've seen 3 orbs.
What do you like in that moment? You're like, oh, I mean, you're not pulling out your phone. You're just like, oh shit.
I was driving on the interchange, so I couldn't stare too much. But I was like, there's no way I saw what I saw, and I just kept driving. Yeah.
Oh, bro, I was on an airplane once, and beautiful, clear sky, and I just saw we're going this way. I'm looking out the window, and I see a grayish ball just go boom that way, and the guy in front of me goes, oh shit, and I go, did you see that? And he's like, yeah. I mean, we didn't disappear. I'm still here. But it was like one of those moments like, bro, you know how close it was to if that hits our wing, I'm not here. That's crazy, bro.
And if I'm driving and I see 3 orbs, I'm causing chaos on the parkway because my phone's coming out and I'm making sure
I'm pulling
that
over
somebody
hazards.
sees these 3
I'm
orbs.
guy.
I'm gonna investigate, but I love what the great Sherlock Holmes said.
What'd he say?
When you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains is likely the most probable. So it sounds impossible. So now I guess it's my responsibility.
Tonight, whatever plans you had. Done. You're gonna. Kelley,
this is why I'm single because I do research and I read too much.
I know. How many books have you read? Honest to God.
So I'm reading a book a week this year. I've read 3 so far, so I'm 2 behind. But I'm almost done with the 4th book, and I'll finish the 5th one this weekend.
In your lifetime.
Nice.
Oh, I've read over 5,000 books in my life.
Wow.
That is freaking. I know Pat's up there. I don't know if he's at 5,000, but that's crazy.
I used to read a lot as a kid.
Well, you know how hard it is for me to read. Yeah, we were just.
Well, I didn't have a phone. I didn't have computer. You know, I was a 90s baby, so my parents would get so mad because they would buy me books for my birthday or Christmas.
And then you're reading
an hour later, I'd be like, oh my God, I loved it. And my dad's like, yay, you can read so well, and I love that you loved it, but I just spent $20 on a book and you're done.
It's finished. You're like, yeah, go get another one. Yeah, like go get another one. But guys, great stories. Chiefs, 27-24. Sorry for the Eagle fans if Jared sees this. But guys, have a fantastic weekend. Take care of each other. If you're going to freaking have fun, don't have too much fun. Drive safe. If you see any orbs, pull over. Take videos. Send them to the Unusuals Instagram because we'll definitely play it. And yeah, God bless you guys. Have a fantastic one. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, 4 p.m.
Bye.